It was initially thought that neurons could not be replenished in case of injury. If so, does that mean our brain stops growing at some point? If it stops growing, does that mean our head can't get any bigger? Allow me to explain the brain in school development. At the end of the second week after conception, the embryo is bilayered. The upper layers are called epiplasm, which will eventually differentiate into primary cell lines, including neurostem cells. This subset of epiblast cells then migrate along the midline of the embryo, bypassing the primitive node, which in turn triggers the migrating cell and induces them to differentiate into neuroprogenital cells. In the third week, the miracle is fully happening. Neurotissue known as neuroplate forms in the outermost embryonic cell, folds and curls to form a neurotube. This tube then differentiates, forming forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain, and the spinal cord. Throughout the prenatal period, more specific changes occur, giving a structure to the brain and partitioning the neocortex into two. The cortex then expands its surface area, becoming more wrinkled. This morphology helps the brain form a huge neural network, optimizing the function of the brain. As the structure of the brain is already in place, however, neurons continue to form. Neuroprogenitors are mitotic cells, meaning that they are capable of dividing to form new cells. These stem cells form symmetrical division, 2 NPCs, and gradually shift to asymmetrical division, 1 NPC and 1 postmitotic neuron. During the prenatal period, neurons migrate further away from their starting point, adding layers to the brain like layers of the onion skins. After birth, the brain continues to grow, but to a very undetectable degree. Scientists have shown some evidence that production of new neurons persists in some parts of the brain, including the hippocampus. Holistically, the number of neurons don't experience a significant increase, but it is this tiny development of nerve tissues that transform the field of neuroscience. At this point, you might want to ask, how exactly does the cranium keep up with a growing brain? As you likely know, the two soft spots on top of a baby's head, called fontanelle, allow the baby's brain to expand. But by 18 to 24 months of age, the baby's fontanelles close up. So does that mean our head stops getting bigger then? Well, not really. Scientists come up with physical estimates and hypothesize that surface addition happens along the suture lines. In order for the head to maintain its shape, the original curvature also needs to change accordingly. But how exactly this process is synchronized remains a mystery. There are still hundreds of open questions regarding the brain mechanics and cranial growth. But with continuing medical research, we are off to a great start of understanding the most powerful thing in the world.